show's about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. I'm your host, Kai, followed by BJ, Logic, and Char came in on the nick of time. Today we're talking about raising your boys as feminists, a.k.a. raising your boys to be feminists. So we're going to discuss something that I read that Amber Rose said, and we're going to actually just delve more into that. Because I just wonder how that would affect young men. And we're also going to answer your relationship questions, and we're going to play Break the Rules by Christy. So, we were not live last week. How is everyone doing?
Hanging in there.
Great. Char's here, too. Hello, everyone in Radio Land.
I know you're here. I just said you were here.
No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you because I actually came on late, 30 seconds late today.
Yeah, I just said Char came in at the nick of time.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, yeah, that's true. Nick of time. All I heard was nick of time. I don't know who that was.
Okay.
I'm the only one that said great.
Logic.
Anything else? Hello.
What?
BJ answered. Logic, how are you doing?
Everything's good. Bills is paid. Can't complain.
Well, that's always good, right?
Yeah, why do you make this
Oh,
awkward
God,
every
y'all are
time?
just
Every
a
time.
really hype bunch today.
Every
Good
single
God.
time we do this, you make this all awkward. Why? Why do you do that? He said he's fine. She said she's okay. I said my bills is paid. I'm doing fine. What do you want? What are you looking for?
She's fishing.
Yeah, she wanted us to be like, hey, Scooby-Doo, blah, blah, blah. No. It's 90 degrees outside.
90 degrees, the heat beats me down.
Oh, yeah, I
You got
forgot
heat
how
down.
you Philadelphians get when it gets hot.
What? Oh, okay. Whatever.
Okay, well, that's Tyrese. What more do you want from me?
So, anyway.
Lunatic.
Oh, y'all know that was
since
funny.
I'm not
Everybody
getting
saw the video.
any cooperation, I have a question. So, what is wrong with you, BJ?
Allergies.
Ah, okay. I'm
Yeah,
like, do you have
damn.
pneumonia or something?
Damn, she laughs. Okay.
No, because you're just like, okay,
I was
is
away
it
from
pneumonia? Smoker's cough? What's going on?
Nah, I don't smoke.
Good
Never
God.
in my life. No smoking.
Okay.
Oh, God,
So,
this is made in China.
my question is, we're going to talk about real quick the friend zone. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this is because I saw this video. It was from whatever show that, what's his name, Brady. What's his name?
Mm-hmm. Wayne Brady.
Black guy, bald hair, Brady, Wayne Brady. Whatever game show Wayne Brady hosts, right?
Oh.
Let's make a deal.
So,
Let's make a deal.
oh, okay, so let's make a deal.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
so he brought up two contestants, a guy and a girl, and he said, "Hey, are y'all together?" And the guy said, "Yeah." And the girl just starts hysterically laughing. And then Wayne asks, "How long have you been together?" And the guy's like, 6 months. And the girl just keeps laughing, and she finally says, "We're not together." So Wayne Brady just looks really awkward. And so the guy goes, she said again, "We're not together." So the guy goes, "Can we talk about this later?" She goes, we're really good friends, but he wants to be with me, but we're not together. And he was like, can we just talk about this, in private, away from all these people? And so she just keeps laughing, and then she goes, I'm single. And then Wayne Brady goes, okay, so let's start the show. So my question from that is, who was the dick in that situation?
He
was.
He was.
No, I think she was.
No. You can only get mad if she lied about it. But if he put himself in that situation, you know when you're locked in with a girl, when she's yours, and the relationship is solid. You going on national television and saying that with, somebody that at best is somebody that you mess with occasionally, or she has you in that friend zone. No, you're an idiot. He played yourself.
Well, I was going to say at first, my first instinct was to say she was wrong. But then I thought about it, and I thought about, guys who I don't lead on, who still think that we're going together, or they tell their friends that we've been together or something like that. So I wouldn't be wrong if they say on national TV that.
What?
What do you mean, what?
What are you talking about?
My guy friends who I don't lead on or anything, they'll go tell other people that we're together or we've slept together or something.
That you don't.
So my
lead
thing
on.
is, I don't lead on. No, you know how upfront I am. But anyways.
But I wouldn't be their friend. What kind of friend is that to start that kind of rumor? Is it a rumor?
But we
true.
go on a game show, we go on national TV, and that's where he decides to tell everyone that we're together. How is it my fault for correcting that? How am I the dick for correcting that?
Well, it could also have been that some girls out there, they'll play the role where they'll let a guy think that they're building something, and then they'll just soak up his resources or his time or whatever it is that he can give her that she can't give her on her own or doesn't let her, whatever. There's chicks out there that juggle guys because they're all good for one thing or another. Like this guy, he'll help me pay my bills. This guy is somebody I go out and have fun with. And just like, there's girls that do that. But again, as a man, when you are locked in with a girl or not. So that's still coming back down to he was being a goon.
Yeah. So, in the end, you're saying he's the dick then?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
I'm just asking because you started out saying it was her. Char said it was her.
We said it was him. Him.
Yeah, he said. I just realized that. No, he said no. Logic said it was him or her, like I did. And BJ, you said it was him, but he still said
BJ said it was him. Logic and Char.
I didn't say it was her.
He said it was him.
That's what I heard.
I say he's a dick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put himself out
Okay.
like that.
Maybe I misunderstood then. So, Char, why do you think it's her?
Because I thought, okay, did she have to even push the issue on TV? She could have just smiled and just, kept just whatever, and then afterwards, in an appropriate setting where you don't embarrass the freak out of this person in front of millions of people, we need to talk about that little comment. You see what I'm saying? But not on the show on Let's Make a Deal. What kind of deal is that? Maybe he wanted to make a deal. Maybe that's why he brought it up,
Well, again, he shouldn't have done it on live TV. Now, suppose she was in the middle of dating some guy. They're not exclusive yet, but she really wanted to be with this guy.
That's exactly why she put him on blast like that, because there's a dude in her life that she would have heard something like, oh, word, for real? That's what you're doing? So she had to set it straight on TV that, no, we're not together.
So now you
didn't know, she didn't want to mess up her other.
Yeah, you trying to make an announcement.
like some of the guys want to make announcements.
And
like,
it doesn't even have to be one guy. Like I said, she could be juggling, so all of those dudes could have had a problem with what she said.
Right.
So she needs to keep it open for all of those dudes. Oh, I thought you was on, and you said you was messing with this guy. No, she has to keep her situation nice and fluid.
Yeah, that's why I don't like those guys when they go get those big things like "Would you marry me" on like TV shows or like games, like football games, whatever.
Well, that's
games.
different. That I think is different. You know? Like they say that the girl could answer no privately or something.
Right.
This is, this guy's completely fabricating something, and I think she was right to just nip it in the bud then.
Because of TV, right? He thought she was gonna say, "Oh yeah, we together" on TV, get all like that adrenaline flowing, whatever.
Yeah.
She said no.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. So,
but the marriage proposals, I mean, marriage proposals are a 50-50 thing. However, if it's in front of all these people, I think you could,
the crowd
as
her.
the woman,
Trust
you
me.
could.
The crowd actually.
The crowd pushes her to say yes.
Yeah,
however, I think
exactly.
I don't know. What is as a guy, what's best? Is it good to, maybe say yes, but then that's going to bring your hopes up, and then in private and be like, I'm not really, I said yes, so I don't embarrass you.
Listen, it's good. It's good to break a dude's heart in private rather than
exactly.
That's what I was saying too.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said.
because he'll be like, it'll be YouTube for real. Yeah.
But she could have smiled and blew it. She could have smiled and blew it off. She didn't have to even answer either way. And then Wayne would have went right on to the next question. You know what I mean?
That's true too.
Yeah, there's a way to handle things diplomatically.
Well, no, this girl, I completely think she did the right thing. As far as marriage proposals, if you smile and blow it off, that kind of makes people think it's a no. So
no, the marriage proposal has to give a definitive answer. That was not a marriage proposal. It was just, are you together with your boyfriend? Whatever, yes or no. And like I said, a smile would have sufficed, and then then Wayne would have picked it up somewhere else.
No, while he's speaking up and saying yes, we're together, we've been together 6 months. No, you're not going to fabricate a whole relationship that's not real, and I'm just going to stand there looking like an idiot. That's not going to happen. It's your fault that I'm saying this on national TV. Now, if I told you for 6 months we were together, then I'm the dick. But no, if you just come on there and start fabricating stuff, no, it's not going to happen.
How
and
do we know
took
that
it in
wasn't
stride
true?
Because I would have looked at him like he was crazy.
But how do we know that some part of that wasn't true? That it wasn't made up. How do we know they weren't maybe together and maybe they just didn't get back together? Maybe they were talking for 6 months.
Everyone, you got to go to our relationship health group. It's Relationship Health Question and Answers on Facebook, and you'll see the post that I'm talking about. If it was something that he thought was real, he would have had a different reaction as opposed to the reaction he had. He would have had a different reaction, like, how could you say this, blah, 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 blah. But no, you have to look at his reaction. It's something he made up, and he thought she was going to go along with it. So go to our Relationship Health Question and Answers page, group on Facebook, and you'll see the video that I'm talking about. And I want to hear everyone's responses. Do you think she was a dick? How should she have handled it? Do you think it was him? How should he have handled it? And Wayne Brady did what he did because he was just standing there staring like, oh.
Right. Very awkward moment.
He made it even more awkward. That's hilarious. But anyways, so today's show, we are going to talk about Amber Rose. Amber Rose. And as much as I don't want to talk about her, I got to talk about her. Because I got to. I read this article, and I was just flabbergasted at what she said. So she stated that she's raising her son like he's going to have no choice but to be a feminist.
Damn.
But her idea of raising him feminist is...
Damn.
Did you just watch it, Logic?
No, I'm laughing at BJ.
What did BJ say?
I just said, damn.
I missed it.
No choice.
Anyway, her idea of raising him feminist is she's walking around the house naked in front of him, which that's not a big deal. All mothers do that.
That's not a big
but
deal.
What is
My mom didn't. Hold up. My mom didn't. You just, what?
My mom did.
What?
My mom did.
Yeah. And I did
my
too.
mom do it to their kids.
My mom did.
My friends do it to their kids.
I did.
Yeah.
Well,
I know more women who walk around naked in front of their kids than not. Let me put it that way. So,
right.
To me, it's not a big deal. Fathers don't do that, mothers do it. So to me, it's not a big deal. So, anyways, I mean, it's not. BJ, think about it. The first thing you saw when you came into this world was what? Come on. It's not a freaking big deal.
Hold up. What you?
The hell kind of logic
I said,
is that?
Think
what are you
about
talking
it.
about?
The first thing you saw when you came into this world was what? Before you saw the hospital ceiling, what did you see?
He doesn't remember because his brain was brand new. He didn't remember anything.
Whatever. Either way, a mother walking around naked.
I don't know what I saw at 0 years old. At 0 years old.
Whatever. Everybody sees their mother's vagina coming out into the world. You'll be all right.
Really?
So.
Okay.
All men
really,
have memory.
Wow. Damn.
Hey, why do you send vagina? Because it's vaguely familiar. Okay, that's what it is. Subconsciously, it's familiar to you.
What? Oh no.
So that's why you like it. It's the first thing you ever saw.
I don't think that's why they like it. If that's the logic behind that's why they like it, then women should like it too.
Oh my God.
No, I don't think so. I call bullshit on that.
Wow.
Anyways, however, my point is your mom walking around the house naked is not a big deal. Anyway, so she said she walks around naked in front of her son, so whatever. What I had the issue was when she said she has pictures of naked women all over the place. She has pictures of vaginas all over the place.
What?
So, like freaking open vaginas and pictures of I guess fallopian tubes and shit. It's just like
terrorizing boy. Damn, she terrorizing.
That to me, that's freaking child abuse. Personally,
that's too much.
You don't need to see a bunch of naked women and vaginas and stuff to be a quote unquote feminist. That's not even what feminism is about. So to me, what she's doing with her son is that's child abuse because you're exposing him to porn.
It's weird. And she look at all those pictures and stuff, and he end up being gay. I don't skip that. I don't want a woman. I want a man.
Yeah.
And then what's she gonna do then?
She'll be okay with it. She'll be okay with it.
Really?
Really? Think so? But that's exploiting the women's parts and women's whatever she's standing for. She's absolutely sick.
She's just as crazy as Kanye West.
She's crazy as they come.
I purposefully didn't bring up Kanye because I don't want to give him any attention. That's all he's going for.
I understand the crazy part. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into what he's saying. It's the crazy part.
Right.
He's trying to
he's not relevant. Like you said, relevant. He's relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to say is her having all these naked pictures of women and vaginas and everything around him, that's where I find issue. So my question to her basically is why do you think you need to do that? Why is that what you feel needs to be done for him to be a feminist? What do you think the definition of feminist is? I don't understand where her thought process is going with this.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
She should have laid around Playboy books on a coffee table all around the house. That's how she needs a hustler. Forget the pictures on the wall. That's just crazy. You know.
and speaking of that, the funny thing is, while I was reading that article about her, raising her son to be a feminist, I'm looking at these pictures that she has of herself, and it's just basically, her. There was one where she was actually dressed in a string. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. It was a string going up her butt and around her body, and that's what she called her bathing suit. So does she think, is her idea of being a feminist just having her son know that a woman could dress naked and be outdoors naked, and he shouldn't have an issue with that? Is that her idea of raising a feminist son, or like I'm just confused about it, you know?
That's crazy.
And what do you all think about this? So I looked it up. I looked up raising a son feminist, and there are so many articles on that. How to raise a feminist son. We raise our girls to fight stereotypes and pursue their dreams, but we don't do the same for our boys. And that's her idea of raising a feminist son. 25 rules for raising a feminist boys. Let's see. How feminist mothers can raise feminist sons. There's nothing wrong with raising a feminist son. So there's a bunch of articles on how to raise your son to be a feminist.
Well, my question
apparently
would be,
there's actually hold on, Logic. Apparently there's actually a hashtag how to raise a feminist son, and that's apparently trending.
Of course, yes. Of course. Surprise.
I just want to see what. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm back
I would like
in the
one of these people
boys.
who wrote these articles, if they would, message me. You can email me at noconductradio@gmail.com. I just want to know, what is the point of raising a feminist son?
Yeah, I'm
sorry. Okay, Logic, say what you're saying, because I'm kind of at a loss for words right now.
Well, my question would be, why does feminism always take the form of a woman basically sexualizing herself? Meaning that Cosby's trial was over last week, something like late in the week, and in order to quote protest, this woman ran up to him topless with all of the victims' names written on her around her breast and everything. And I was just like, how is that a protest? Like, I don't understand how every time women want people to listen to them because they have something to say, they take their clothes off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not getting that there's a good chance that nobody is really listening to what you're saying, and they're just taking pictures of free titties, or they're just looking. They're there to just, look at it, look at your butt. Like, I don't understand that, And then you hear a lot of young girls are like, oh yeah, I'm taking charge of my sexuality, so they're just banging everybody with reckless abandon, and they say that that's them taking charge of their own body. Like, what? I don't understand it. How does that increase your value or your power as a woman? It's only sex. So what does that mean? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get that.
Hey, remember that era, the burn the bra era? Remember that era too?
The what? What was it?
When they want to burn their bra, they're burning the bra crap. The same era.
Yeah, I mean, when I read about that, I didn't understand it. It's like, okay, so you're burning an underwear garment meant to support you. Like, I don't. What does that have to do with your woman power?
Yeah, that's
what is that? That's like
what?
Dudes like, I'm proud to be a man, and they start burning condoms. It's like, what does that have to do with being a man? What are you talking about? Burning a jock strap. Like, okay, so you don't.
So it makes sense, right?
You don't need protection anymore while you play sports. What does that mean? What is that? I don't get it. And the hypocrisy too. You always hear them talking about oh, women in the Middle East, they have to wear that thing and it's oppression, but no one says anything to the women in many other cultures that cover up pretty much the same way. Like, no one, I have never heard anybody say anything about Orthodox nuns who still wear the habit and everything overseas over in Italy and everything. No one says anything about oppression from the Catholic Church. So it's like, I don't understand the logic. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's not properly being conveyed, in my opinion. Yeah.
I don't know. So, I don't know. I've always had those questions. But I kind of want to flesh out more one of the articles that I read about raising a son as a feminist. And their whole thing is that we tell girls that they can be construction workers or astronauts or whatever, but we don't tell our boys that they can do anything. Like, I don't know what would be considered something feminine. That parents tell their boys that they can't do. I mean, no, because I don't see parents telling their boys they can't be nurses or teachers or. I've never heard that, you know. I mean, I guess the closest I would see somebody would say tell their boy they can't be is a ballet dancer, but I don't know. But that's their whole thing, you know. We don't tell our boys what they can do. They're actually discouraged from having interests that are considered feminine. They're always told that they need to be tough.
But what are they saying is a feminine interest? What's that talking about?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. I was thinking about, like, what could a hairdresser maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, you know, because they all could.
But there are male hairdressers. There are, like, in the fashion world, a lot of the bigger ones are men.
Yeah.
You know, cooking, like the cordon bleu and the Michelin star chefs are mostly
men.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yep.
So I don't know what area she's saying that men are discouraged, like we tell our boys not to be in.
So
listen, I hate to sound like a resident sexist here, but I just think it's just more chicks complaining about them. That's just the way it comes off to me. Women are always constantly tagging with the problem with something. Yeah. And that's,
and they're saying that we don't allow.
What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's saying that we don't allow our boys to be too emotional. We always tell them to, you know, hold back their emotions or stop crying. But if you...
Well, I mean, but that's true.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be. And to be honest with you, see, and this, I know, there's a girl that tells me I'm too hard or whatever, but I would teach my daughter that too. Stop going to pieces all the time. What are you crying for? Cut it out. Figure it out. You're frustrated, deal with it. Grow up. 13. Be a big girl. I would never let my daughter just be comfortable with being a damsel, like, oh, this isn't working. Listen, if I hear you crying in here, I'm going to come in here and give you something really to cry about. You better take it easy, get it together, put it where it belongs, and figure out your problem. Stop crying. Because the world is not going to care. The thing now is parents seem to want everything to be easy for their kids. They don't want them to struggle or have to experience pain, but your kid needs to experience pain and frustration, because if you die and they never learn how to deal with anything, then they're going to be at the mercy of whoever is around, be it a guy, be it a girl, be it their foster parent, whatever situation may lead your kid to be in the care of someone else. they're going to be in a world of hurt because you've never taught them to shoulder it and deal with the problem. Because you want everything to be, you want to nerf the world. Everything needs to be soft and easy, and that's the problem with these parents now. They don't want their kids to experience being too slow on the playground, so no one else can play tag. They don't want them to feel left out, or because no one wants to pick them to be a part of the kickball team, so nobody else gets to play kickball because they can't play. Like, that's not going to help your kid.
I mean, I agree, and with what you said, I mean, I don't let my daughter cry for anything either. I don't like whiny, cryy children. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl, If something happens, I'll tell her figure it out. If she's having an argument with her friends or something, I tell her fight her own battles, the same as I would do a son. So, again, I'm not understanding this.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like you're trying to raise your son to be a girl, And if you're not trying to raise him to be a girl, then you're doing the wrong thing. That's my whole issue with it. I don't know why you can't just raise a kid. Just raise a kid. Stop putting, and I don't want to. I was going to say stop putting labels on everything. However, in this day and age, I have to be clear with what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't put a label on a boy or a girl. They're boys or girls, no matter what anybody thinks. But stop saying for a boy to be sensitive, quote unquote, he has to be a feminist or something like that. You do have sensitive boys. They're just sensitive. I have a brother who's sensitive. That's just how he is, and
BJ
have to roll with that
like
kind of personality.
What's that?
He does,
going on? Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Good Lord.
Do you take allergy medicine?
Yes, I do. Okay. Stick with this subject.
Dude, seriously, it does sound like you're dying, though. That's why I had to ask you earlier.
No, it's just crazy. That's just the allergy.
You over there sounding like Doc Holliday.
But yeah, I think you just need to raise your child based on their personality and stop trying to label everything. You can't raise a feminist son because as much as you would like to, a boy can't really understand what women go through. It's the same thing as women. We can't fully understand what men go through. So just raise a person. Raise a human being. How about raise a nice, well, I want to say, how about just raise a nice, non-judgmental, non-racist human being? Let's focus on that. That's what I think. Anyway, Char's out.
No, I agree. If anything, it would be more important to me that you raise your child not to be no racist.
Yeah.
Trying to understand a woman's perspective or prerogative. I mean, it's a waste of time. You're not a girl. You never will be. If you're a boy, I don't care what you get chopped off or whatever. You're still a dude. So you're not going to understand what it is. So it doesn't make any sense. And let me tell you about whatever. Like, I would raise my son to just respect anyone. Like, if there's somebody that does something, like I personally, I've never run across a guy that is maybe found something interesting, but then he found out a woman is the one that had something to do with it, and then just like, I don't want nothing to do with that. That's just chicks. I've never experienced that. So, like, when women tell these stories of men actively trying to hold them down because they're a girl, I've never seen that. Personally, and I've been a guy for a long. I've never saw a dude really go out of his way because we can't let these chicks. Whatever. Like, I've never seen that. Yeah, so that's just strange to me. That story is strange to me. that line that they spin
Like
of,
a movie,
patriarchy. Why would anybody, if there's a dude going in for surgery, the best surgeon that they have is a woman, but he says, no, I don't, she's a girl. Give me the guy. Bring the guy in here. What?
That's crazy.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, the movie probably about it.
It's like cartoonishly stupid. I've never seen that kind of thing before.
Yeah, well,
I think,
like I said, just raise a decent human being and stop putting labels on everything. It's just annoying. What were you gonna say, Char?
Thank you. I think that in general, especially when it comes to Hollywood and their children, I think that the best thing to do is stop being so creative and feeling like it's self-expression. The best example that comes to me is Will Smith and Jada. With the way that they raise their son and daughter, it's like, well, let them express themselves. If Willa wants to shave her hair when she's 9 years old and can dye it perfectly, let her. That's here's her ears. If she wants to take a 14 with a guy that's next to her in her bed because that's just different. It's just self-expression.
You want to let your son wear a dress? That's no.
And you're saying you agree with that?
That's crazy.
No, I just said I think that these Hollywood parents, for example, I'm not saying that other regular parents don't do it, just stop being so creative with all this so-called excuse of self-expression with how they raise their children, because the children won't respect you when they grow up. Go ahead.
All they have time. All they have is time. They're not like normal people. They don't have a 9 to 5. They have this time to do whatever, just different life, so they can experiment with their kids like that. That's just crazy.
But do you consider that creative?
That's crazy.
I mean, because that doesn't seem creative to me. It's just a bunch of uninformed people doing what the masses are doing. It's what I mean. It's like it doesn't seem to be any thought.
Structure.
Really put into it. It's just this is what everyone's doing. I'm going to do this.
I don't find it art or creativity. I'm saying the way that they're looking at, especially with Amber Rose. Just for an example, I was using Will and Jada because they're way far-fetched with that whole thing. But when they they use this term self-expression, but they are being creative. You don't have to do the most to raise your children. It's hard enough to just be a good mother and be a good person and be a good father. So all this extra, it's bringing. I'm saying all the extra, even with bringing the feminism into the subject, it shouldn't have anything to do with that child. That is being creative because you're reaching. You're trying too hard, Amber Rose or whoever else, to try to say that, you want your child to be exposed to this and to that. That is being creative. Leave it alone. He's a child. He's a boy. Raise him like a boy.
Well, it's not,
just because
you're weird. You're using the wrong word. It's not creative. That's creative. That's not creative.
You are. You're literally inventing something else. An inventor creates things, right? That's exactly what you say. Inventor of new ideas or new that make no sense. An inventor creates things. So with all this self-expression, with this creating unnecessary evils that are going to come back to haunt you and your children because they won't respect you. They'll be confused. They'll come out crazier than you and possibly, very, very possibly gay. And I'm not saying it's a terrible thing to be gay, but my God, when it happens, a lot of parents cannot handle it, especially if it's something that you kind of just openly kind of just said, hey, it's okay to be whoever, opposed to maybe giving a little guidance of like, you're a boy and this is a girl.
Fall into deep depression, because be confused. This is what it is. You get that thrown down in your face every day. That's crazy.
Right.
Then he reaches for something else. He put his other energy to something else, which can be bad. It's crazy. She'll see. You can't raise a kid and being creative the way she's being creative. Like you say, can't do it that way. Doesn't work out.
Well, thank you, Big Lady. Did any of you hear that Will and Jada literally said that their kids raise themselves because they don't?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The parents don't have a lot to say because they want them to make all their own decisions, no matter what it is. That's crazy. And they're going to be grown soon. I think the son's almost grown. good luck with your relationship with that boy who's likely not going to respect anything that you say or do.
Well, he's 18, isn't he? He is grown. And I mean,
yeah, I think he's 18. But his older son.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The way they're, I mean, but that's their prerogative. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to backfire.
Like I said, as long as they don't raise, and I guess I have to put smart in there. As long as they raise smart, non-judgmental, non-racist people to come out into the world, then I have no problems with it. But yeah, this whole thing on raising your son a feminist is complete bullshit. I don't see any, like, I was searching for articles on, I guess, how to raise your daughter masculine. I don't even know what you would call it.
What?
But how to raise a daughter to be more sympathetic towards men. And I don't, there's really nothing out there unless you get into the real.
You mean how to raise your daughter to respect men? No, you're never going to find an article about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless, you know, the only time you see an article on that is if it's a really, really, really religious blog or something. That's really it. You know, other than that,
Hillary
articles.
Clinton herself said when she was running for president, if you want a man, if you want someone that's going to sit around and talk about doing it, you get a man. If you want somebody that's actually going to take care of the problem, you get a woman. And everybody screamed and clapped. Now, imagine if a man running for president would have said, hey, you want to get the job done, you get a man. You want a bunch of people to cackle and, you know, tweet about it, you get a broad. Am I right? He'd have been done the next day.
Yeah, he'd been done. Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. But that's what I'm saying. So how is it okay to hashtag how to raise a feminist son, but there's no hashtag how to raise a daughter that's sensitive to the plight of men?
Because the world doesn't consider men important enough to care about them. Look, just think about this. You know Stella Artois, the alcohol company?
Yeah.
You ever seen their commercials where they got the...
You know,
I was saying the what company?
Stella.
It's an alcohol company. They make some kind of alcohol. I don't know what it is, but
okay.
They have this thing where Matt Damon was on there. It was like, yes, Stella Artois, you buy one of the Stella Artois glasses, and we put money into providing water for the women of other nations who don't have enough drinking water. Just the broads? Like, I don't understand that.
Men can't
Wait
drink.
a minute. So I buy this thing, and you only distribute drinking water to the broads? What are you talking? So what about the men? Is there anything I can buy? Can I buy two for the guys? How's that work? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Thing that happened?
I don't remember seeing that.
Do you remember that thing that happened with Obama? Not Obama, I'm sorry. During the Obama presidency, where these girls got kidnapped from the school and everybody was saying, bring our girls back. And Michelle Obama was holding up a hashtag like, what are you asking us to do? You're married to the guy that can handle the situation. What are you talking about? But she was holding it up and bring our girls back. Now, here's the thing. All the news talked about this horrible event that happened to these girls. What the world did not know, well, some did, but the news didn't feel it was necessary to talk about this. There was boys at that school, too. They kidnapped the girls and burned the boys alive on the spot.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was like 700 boys that died.
Damn.
No one cared. No one even mentioned a word about it. But these 75 girls or whatever it was that got kidnapped, that was what the whole world was discussing. That and how we need action.
Yeah,
and governments were mobilized to handle the situation.
That's crazy.
They killed these boys.
Dang.
No one cared. No one even
Wow.
said anything about it. That's because
I didn't know that. I thought there were only girls that
girls. I know.
No. It was a whole compound for education. And that group didn't. It wasn't. And that was another way they tried to spin it, that they don't want women to learn and blah. No, they didn't want anybody to learn anything from any Western culture. So that's why they were coming in there doing what they were doing. So it wasn't that. Oh, wait a minute. You mean there's girls over there learning math? We need to go over there and kill everybody. That's crazy. We can't have that. Women knowing math, get rid of it. No. It was a political statement that they didn't want the West coming in there and doing whatever, and they were just barbarians.
Man.
But as soon as they saw the boys, kill them on the spot, get rid of them.
Man. Whew.
Wow.
No one cared.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Which I guess then they their job was done. We knew about the girls, but we didn't know anything about the boys. Now, why do you think that is? That, and I guess women feel like everything was focused on men for so long. But how do you think it's fair to basically do the same thing? That's what I never understood. If it was done to you, how do you think it's fair to do the same to some? Okay.
Well,
for
because
instance, like,
most of these feminists are not worried about fair. They're worried about being female supremacists. They're not. They don't care about fairness.
What I was going to say is just like the Jews, for instance. They had everything happen to them in the Holocaust. And now they're turning around and doing the same thing with this Israel-Palestine thing going on. How could you have something happen to you and you turn around and do this exact same thing to a group of people? So to me, it's just like the feminists. You were supposedly ignored for such a long time. You were a B-class citizen or a second-class citizen or whatever they call it, and now you have the opportunity to be in the forefront. So your idea of doing this is now making males the second-class citizen and or making males more feminine. That's your answer to the problem. I mean, that's not an answer to anything. All that's going to happen is in like 20 years, men are going to feel like second-class citizens, and they're going to go around and around and around and around and around. I don't understand why we can't just be men and women, you know, I guess living together as we are. Men are men and women are women. And we just become sympathetic towards
women
think like that.
If they wanted it to be fair, if feminists were really about what they say they're about, the first thing they would do is they would go in and monitor the legal system. A woman is 4 times more likely to get less time for the same crime than a man. Like if a woman murders somebody, she's 4 times likely to get less time than a man who murdered somebody, because it's a bias, it's a gender bias in the legal system. So feminists will go in and kill that. They would protest it and say, why is she getting less time? She's just like he is, so he needs to get the same time, or she needs to get the same time as him. It should be no difference because she's just blah, blah, blah. But they don't care about being fair. The same thing with the civil courts. The fact that women typically are awarded custody more just because they're a woman. It has no basis on whether or not they're a good parent or whatever, but just because they have a twat, those court systems give them custody and free reign. This is a known prejudice in the family court. But feminists are not taking up that fight because that would be helping out a man, because they are female supremacists. They don't want to help men in any way. That protest that happened in Toronto, where the women all got together and was chanting, "This is what male hate looks like," or something like that. The speaker, the topic was why men today are committing suicide at a higher rate than ever before. That's what they were there to discuss. what are the problems with men? Why do they feel like suicide is the answer? These women shut it down because they felt this in any way, anything that has to do with just men's problems and men coming together and just talking about their problems should in some way involve a woman.
How did they shut it down? That somebody didn't put their feet down and was like, we're here to discuss men's problems.
They protested it, and then once the conference began, they pulled the fire alarm and then, cheered because they shut it down.
Crazy.
And because there was
Wow.
a pending riot, as the dean said, they had to shut down the discussion in order to keep the peace. They do it every time, all the time.
Crazy.
Jordan Peterson, I'm not a fan of his. I don't really like the guy. But Jordan Peterson lost his job because he refused to allow people to tell him what kind of pronoun he is supposed to use. He said, I'm not saying these, thens, or whatever crazy things they came up with now. He said, I'm not saying that. He said, you're not going to control language. You're not going to control the language that I speak. He said, unless I'm, being in some way damaging to you or whatever. He said, you're not going to tell me how to speak. They got rid of him. His tenure meant nothing.
Wow.
The college fired him.
Damn.
So that's why he's running around now giving speeches and everything because he has to pay his rent. But, and I respect his hustle. I understand that, he has to do what he has to do, and whatever crowd is feeling him, he kind of has to pander to what they are. He goes a little far from my taste in specific situations, but in the end of the day, he lost his job because a bunch of chicks felt his unwillingness to use specific pronouns was, what did they say, was a violation of their civil rights. That's what they said. Unbelievable.
But we still have cops being videotaped killing black people and nothing happening to them.
Oh.
That's not a violation of civil rights?
Well,
we're
not,
worried
not
about
that,
saying
not
they and they and their.
Not only that, but you still have people openly displaying the rebel flag, which I have never heard of any nation allowing its citizens to use the flag of the group that wanted to destroy the country and dismantle it. That's like, have you ever heard of any Germans being able to openly display the Nazi swastika flag and have the Iron Eagle flying over? No, they'll get arrested immediately.
That's actually against the law.
Where?
You'd actually go to jail for that.
Oh yeah.
Because that regime took the country to the brink of destruction, and it's a mark to the German people. They're not proud of that. There's probably a lot of people who have family members that were of the Nazi Party, but the citizens understand that was a dark time in their history. It's only this goofy country that tries to mask it in freedom of speech and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's about Southern pride. It's not about
history
Southern pride. The Dixie flag is meant to discriminate and to portray hatred towards black people, because that's what the Confederate Army stood for. And furthermore, if it was about Southern pride, then why do citizens in Sweden who are part of white extremist groups, why do they have the Dixie flag? They're not Americans.
Damn.
But they know exactly what that flag means. It's nonsense. We have Confederate memorials and statues. Did you know, they have monuments to the Confederates. I have never heard of any other country having monuments to their enemies. That's literally like them having a monument.
I think it's in Alabama or Mississippi. They have a Confederate Day where you take off of school They let you off of school to celebrate Confederate Day. And somebody posted, when I saw it, it's basically the equivalent of having Jews celebrate the Nazis for the Holocaust. That's basically the equivalent.
Listen, I got one even better for you. That's like in 20 years from now, they're having a Taliban Day.
Wow.
The people who they say destroyed the Twin Towers. Now imagine if the Taliban and Osama had a flag and a bunch of people were running around talking about, well, it's just a part of my culture. It happened in New York,
right.
And this is part of my New York. It's my culture. I don't understand it. And they're building monuments to the Taliban and the hijackers. They're building statues and monuments to the hijackers.
Crazy.
Imagine that.
Insane. Only in America.
Yeah, well, we kind of went off the rails there. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to this commercial. So it's a song by Christy called Break the Rules. And you can find more about Christy on our website, www.noconduct.com, or as they say in New York, www.noconduct.com. And go to the musicians tab on our website, and you can find out more about Christy and where to find her songs, Break the Rules, and other songs. And when we come back, we're going to ask our panel this question. So hold your thoughts. This is a question. Your ex tells you that they're dating someone way better than you. What is your response? So we're going to talk about that when we come back from our break.
Wow.
Congratulations. Hold your response. was Christy with Break the Rules. Again, you could find her and all our previous artists on our website, www.noconduct.com. So before we went to break, and if you want to chime in, you can actually give us a call at 607-203-5378. That's 607-203-5378. Or you can, why don't I have the text number here? Oh, my God. I don't know why I don't have the text number on our page. But anyways, or you can actually text us at 484-840-3627. 484-840-3627 if you're too shy to call in. So before the break, I left you with a question. You see your ex somewhere, and you get to talking, and for some reason they just have to tell you that, you know, the person that they're dating is way better than you. What is your response to them, Char?
I heard.
Anyway.
Char, what did I think? No, I'm here. Can you repeat that? Char, it just cut out for some reason.
Char,
said,
why do you even attempt to make an excuse? Just be real. Step away.
Just leave her alone. You see your ex somewhere, and for some reason they, you know, you start talking and they decide to tell you that the person that they're with right now is way better than you. What is your response to them?
It would actually really hurt my feelings, to be honest. But actually, I would probably say good job, because if you're going to leave me, then the least you could do is upgrade. Anybody you leave, you should
That
upgrade.
would hurt your feelings?
What hurt your feelings?
Let that person know that. But honestly, you should upgrade. I would upgrade. So trust me.
If your ex-husband called you and told you, you know what, I just found this great girl. I just realized she is so much better than you. You would be hurt by that?
I mean, well, ex-husband, no, because the feelings have been gone for so long. But here's the thing. My point is, I would be saying to him, good job, because to the next.
I'm going to cough now.
Somebody that's less amazing than I am.
Char, does your man listen to the show?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So, I mean, what does it matter, though?
Well, brother, I feel for you. Because what you just said right now, as your dude, that would piss me off. What would you just said? That you would actually care.
No, this is a question. We're not now with me in a relationship. I just mean generally speaking, like say just in general with that kind of comment hurt. It would hurt my feelings. But still, if you're saying that it'll affect you as your current dude, it would irritate me that I'm
you
not
would
saying
like even. Wait, just listen. Let me finish. As your current dude, I would be annoyed that you would care about some other person's opinion of you or whatever that you moved on from and we're together now. My opinion of you is the only opinion you should care about. If some ex came along and said, "Oh, just to let you know," you should be like, "Okay, all right, well, take it easy."
I totally agree, but I did say, I do agree with you, but I did say that I don't have any feelings for my ex-husband, why would I care? That was years ago. I just meant generally speaking. I just think that's really mean, and I think it would be hurtful to anyone, generally speaking. But if you said, Charlotte, how do you feel right now that we're happy? Why would I care? Because I'm with someone that I feel is better. So that would, if anything, like I said, that's the least you could do. Good for you. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you leave me, you should upgrade. Why would you go down?
No. Listen, don't try that Angie Dickinson. I'm gonna, walk with a big gun. I don't care about nothing. You just said a second ago it would really hurt my feelings. That would annoy me.
And I corrected
especially if I'm the one for the time.
Right now, I just thought it was more like a general question. If you find out that you're, I didn't mean. Yeah. I'm not putting myself in the position right now with someone. I'm putting myself in a place under existing that I feel is much better. So I'm not looking at that. Mm-hmm. I wasn't Kai, we have questions that are general in the show. I don't think like me right now with the space that I'm in. Of course not. Why would I care? What about
Oh God.
I can't be the only one that feels like that's a really mean comment to anyone. But if I were like alone for the week and didn't have anybody, no relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever.
Okay, so Logic, what would be your response?
If my ex called me up and said the guy that she's with and blah, 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 I would just be like, oh, that's why you're calling me, right? Because this guy is so much better than me. Okay.
Yo, the funny thing, that was going to be my response. That's hilarious. Anyways, yes. So that would have been your response?
Sense. It's laughable, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so you came out your way to come see me to let me know that's all right. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been my response. Like, okay, so you have someone better than me. Why are you finding it so important to tell me? There's no other reason to tell your ex that you have someone better than to make them jealous or see if they have any kind of emotions left over for you or something like that. That's my personal opinion. So, BJ, what would be your response?
If my ex called me, oh Lord, I would say congratulations, whore. You finally landed 2 good men in your life for a change. Whatever.
Are you still hurt? By any chance, BJ, are you still hurt?
No.
That's what it sounds like.
No, I ain't hurt.
No, listen. You're applying chick logic to his reaction. A dude can be annoyed and say something like that, but not have any deep emotional connection.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that you're irritated.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
why call me? Why call me?
Because again, I told y'all before, when it comes to dudes, when they're with girls, we have to invest so much. Women typically don't have to bring anything to the relationship except booty.
Yeah.
That's it. Men have to put so much time and effort in all of this stuff. And, when you got a guy like BJ where he married and invested and started his progeny with this woman and she turned out to be,
adulteress,
unworthy, it's just annoying. It's like a job that you used to work at that you took from being a regular, nobody cares about company to Fortune 500, and then they fire you and give your job to some other less qualified person. You'd be annoyed. So anytime you heard anything about that company, you'd be like, ugh.
Logic. Why can't we bring?
Now, Char, do you agree with Logic? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, do you agree with Logic where he said women don't bring anything to the relationship except booty?
Typically, I said typically. There's some women that are different.
Well, Kai just read my mind because literally my question to you was, Logic, so is it just booty? Can it be booty and brains, B&B? Why can't it be brains too? Why is it just booty? I mean, or are those just the type of relationships that you said? Because a lot of women have a lot more to offer than that. I'm pretty sure.
First of all, when you say a lot, you're vastly overestimating. Most women don't have much to bring to a dude. I'm just be honest with you.
Guys,
most women don't.
It
doesn't matter if they're smart. I've dealt with girls that have master's degrees and they're very intelligent, but they're still chicks at the end of the day. So they still act the same way, are on the same things, and if you have the unfortunate condition where you have a job or a career that's demanding, they can't handle it because they need you there all the time.
You're working too much. Yeah, I heard that 2 weeks ago.
Here's the goofy part. If you have too much time and you're always trying to be with them, then they get irritated with that.
Go do something. You do something with your time.
Yeah, like I've seen guys. I tried to tell my friend, I was like, listen, I don't care how much she says, do not spend all your time with her. Don't. Go somewhere. Go hang. Go do something. I don't care if you go park in a parking lot and read a book. Go somewhere and leave. Do not answer the phone. He didn't listen to me, and she said exactly what I told him she was going to say, you feel like I feel like I can't breathe and blah, 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 and this and that. Yeah.
Punching
he had a job, calling him off the hook. When it slowed down, I told him. What happened?
Nothing. I was very professional, and I had my phone ringer on. Very professional. But if you want to chime in, if you agree with logic or disagree with logic, 607-203-5378, hit option 1 to speak. 607-203-5378, option 1. And that's Logic on Facebook, Logic Wiseman.
Listen, man, look, it's nothing else.
Is it true?
You know, in the end of the day, if a woman really wants to be honest, she knows I'm right. She wants a guy that has a focus that is other than her. If a woman feels like a dude, all he ever does is worrying about where she's at, what she's doing, where you at, when are we going to spend time? That a woman hates that. You want your man, you want to feel like your man is out on the hunt, bringing home the proverbial bacon. You know, that's how women are geared into guys. If a guy is just sitting around and just acting almost like a woman, where he wants to sit around and talk about his feelings and what do you feel? Women will eventually get turned off. You know, you want your dude to be kind of a caveman, whereas I go, you stay, you don't tell me what to do, and he goes off and does whatever, as long as he's just not being abusive with it. If he is very strong-willed, he doesn't allow her to be his mother and tell him what to do, how to be, how to dress, or whatever. If he stands on his own too and says, no, I don't need you here for this. I need you here for this. And that's the only thing that you're going to do. You're not going to bleed yourself into other parts of my life. When I come to the crib, have something nice on, have some drawers are optional, and that's what I need you here for. That's it.
Wow.
I don't need you to be my mother. I have a mother.
But
you know?
I'm talking like a single bachelor that's on the prowl.
No, ain't no single. Ain't gotta be ain't no single.
No,
you can be married.
This can be a married man. This can be listen. If a married dude has a job and a focus, right? But after work, when the woman is kind of, where you at? What you blah blah blah, and he listen, I done told you about calling me like that. Leave me alone. I'm coming home. I'm going to hit the gym, and then I'm going to come home. Or if he's not a guy that works out, if he goes and plays pool every other weekend, or if he goes to the cigar shop and hangs out and talks with the dudes, every Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever, he needs a focus, and he needs to constantly let his woman know, I'm the chief here. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're the queen. I'm the king, and I will continue to treat you like a queen. But if you overstep your, here we go. Go ahead.
Should she be home while you're out running, doing whatever kings do? Should she get home like a good girl, or opposed to hanging out with her girlfriend once or twice a day, twice a week for dinner?
No, what you're describing is a taskmaster. I'm not saying that a dude has to be that, where you be home and blah blah blah. That's stupid. You're talking about a tyrant. If she wants to go out and she wants to hang with her friends and do whatever, she can do that. The only caveat is conduct yourself like a woman that's in a relationship. Yeah. Because a lot of women, every time they go out, it has something to do with men. Women don't go out just to go bowling, or they don't go to the boardwalk to get some funnel cake and just have woman time. They go out to clubs, bars, and stuff like it. It has something to do with attracting men. That's what women are about. So my thing is, I'm not even controlling when it comes to that. If you're going to go do that, fine. But if I find out you did something, or you were acting a certain type of way, that is unbefitting to a woman that's carrying my name around out there like that, you supposed to be my chick. You got a problem when you come home. Yep. You know what I mean? Because the roles will reverse real quick, and you will see some boxes and bags on the porch. What's going on? Why don't you ask Stanley that? I heard about you taking that number. Get out of here, please. Call your mom, see if she's still awake.
Why are you so quick to give up in a relationship and send her packing to the left?
Because I don't give second chances. If I catch you doing something, then in my mind, this is the first time I caught you.
Yeah,
so that means that you have that kind of mentality to speak, and I'm not going to sit around. I'm not going to be the guy that's biting my nails. Like, I wonder if she really got rid of that number, or did she memorize it before? I'm not going to be that guy. It's too many broads out here, and it's too easy to get them. I'm not going to negotiate with you. I told you before, I don't negotiate with terrorists. You're gonna try to bring terror into my life? Beat it. You gotta go. Scorched earth.
Okay. That's kind of understandable.
No conversation.
The story is she doesn't have to live vicariously through you. Well, she doesn't have her own. Well, you can have your own. You don't live vicariously through your women. Well, you have your own life and your own interests. You're not just hugged up and stuck up underneath her all day. There's other things, layers to who you are opposed to.
You got as a man, you gotta have a focus. You gotta have a focus. And women can lie about it all they want, but women want a man that has a focus. It doesn't matter if he's into building ships in a bottle, and he goes and talks to other shipbuilders with bottles he got to have something that he does that does not involve her, that he does not allow her to encroach, because women will always test. They'll always test how far they can go, how much they can say, how more they can take. And you have, as a man, they're testing you, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, but they're testing you to be sure that you're a man of character and you will not falter on what you believe in because they are put pressure on.
Damn.
Hello?
What the hell? Hello.
For real.
Hello.
I think that's Char.
Oh. But yeah, they will pressure you.
That's what it's about.
They'll test you, yeah. To the point that you want to point them in.
And there's too many men that they got that soft spine, as I like to call it, where they
because they with a bad
they
woman.
start to negotiate.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. They start to negotiate. Like,
where
are you at?
Because
and I'm going
they
to
see the beauty of the woman. Yeah.
You go play pool every
Friday.
Friday. I don't understand why.
Because they limit their mind, saying, this is the only woman I can get.
These are my friends. And we always like to play. What are you explaining anything for?
A week back.
I've been playing pool ever since before you got here. What's your point? What's your problem?
Crazy.
Well, I just wanted to see you. You can see me when I'm done playing pool. Mm-hmm. Or you cannot see me for the rest of your life. Which one you want?
What?
Because you're a girl. And
you ain't coming. No. See, there you go. Infiltrating. On his time.
Infiltrating. Okay,
okay.
No, but we didn't get time to spend this week. I know you're going to go play pool. Why can't I come play pool?
Listen, that is not your place to decide where I'm going to make time for you. That's my schedule. I'm going to decide whether or not I want to go or whether or not we're going to see each other before or after pool day. You don't come in and start changing my life. You
it's
don't.
a club con. You have to be in the club, and you're not in the club as a girl, so there you go.
Damn.
Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Yeah, no memberships allowed. Just one of those things.
It's not. Listen, it's not about a club. It's just like, listen. It goes both ways. As a man, if my girl every third weekend, she has a tradition where she goes out with her girls and they go dancing. I'm not going to be like, so where you going? Can I go? I'm not going to do that. Go have fun with your girls. In fact, depending on how much I love her and how much I'm into her and how long we've been together, I might even peel off some cabbage, slide it to her. Listen, you have a good time. You get some extra cheese on that sandwich on me, and I'll just see you whenever you're done. Take care. Have a good one. You know, I'm not going to bother you. For what?
But you already know how to act when she go out. You already know how to deal with when she go out. She already had that mindset.
What? Wear a dress with her breasts out, and the dress is super short.
She won't leave the house. She won't leave the house like that.
No, that's not conducting herself in a proper way.
She
goes out like that, like
crazy.
No. Listen, again.
Hold on. Let me say something real quick. Because we have a list of callers here, but everybody's listening. But I see a call keep coming in and dropping and coming in and dropping. So I just want to say this: if you want to speak, if anybody's calling in and they do want to speak, the number is 607-203-5378. The way that I know you want to speak is you hit 1 and let us know that you want to say something. Now, I'm only saying this because I keep saying one specific number dropping and coming back. I don't know if they want to speak or if they're just losing signal. So I just want to say that. If you want to say something to Logic, to Char, to me or BJ, hit option 1 when you call in, 607-203-5378. Okay, continue on, Logic.
I don't know about
the dress and the
Char was
titties out.
asking her normal question. Char was asking her normal question, which is, what if she's going out in the short dress?
Oh no, that's the
not
thing.
happening.
Like I'm not going to physically stop you from doing anything. I'm just going to talk to you like a rational adult. And by that time, she should know me. So if I look at her, she's dressed like a tramp. And I say, that's how you going out? And she says, yes. I'll ask her, are you sure that's what you want to do? Because you know how I feel. If she still says yes and has some kind of woman defiance moment, like, you're not going to, okay, have a good night. When she comes back, that door is going to be locked and the phone's going to be off. That's what it's going to be. I'm not arguing with you. For what? Beat it. Okay. Hope you had a good time. Hope it was worth it.
And her bags remain in the house
and
until
listen,
the next day.
If your titties hanging out of a dress is important enough for you to destroy a relationship with me, then hey.
Yep.
Maybe I wasn't the guy.
I wasn't that guy.
Yeah.
Can somebody call, not be afraid to press 1 and keep it that way long enough to come through? I want to hear someone else's opinion on that. Because if she's going to a club, I just don't see how at the end of the world, if she's dressed as if she's going to a club.
If she's going to a club, why does the titties have to be out?
Yeah, why
is that the club etiquette? Excuse me. Like, are you going to be in line, dressed, nice? And I'm not saying you got to be dressed like a librarian, but just dress nice. Is the bouncer going to say, excuse me, madam, hold on. We have a decorum in here of titties and ass. What are you doing here? I mean, we're not. I'm sorry. You're going to have to leave. There's no modesty and self-respect here. Get out of here. Let's leave. Get out of here.
Yeah, you see that pole right there? That's your pole. Yeah, what?
And I would love to see that bouncer go into his earpiece. Can you believe the nerve of this woman? Trying to come in here, Look,
what we going to? Yeah.
Well, the women dress that way, it's so hot when you're dancing. That's why they dress skimpy. It doesn't have to be everything hanging out, though. That's some girls do disrespect the whole concept. Is like, wear what you want, but no, it's hot, so sleeves should be optional. And I guess the dresses are shorter. It's hot.
It is hot.
And
the
home could breathe a little bit.
It ain't hot inside. And you got AC. Please.
No, listen. It is roasting in those clubs. I'm not gonna lie about. Some of them clubs are crazy. It's like, is this a bathhouse? Why is it so hot in here?
Well, I haven't been in a club since my early 20s, so I honestly don't even remember. But I was gonna say the reason why Char wants somebody to chime in is because I primarily agree with the guys when it comes to dressing, so I primarily agree with them. But Char, for some reason, her boobs popping out are very important to her.
Not surprised.
Well, yeah, because they pop out.
Yeah, but Char, you're acting like nobody else has big boobs. Like, okay, Queen Latifah back in the day, for instance, she used to just wear shirts that didn't show cleavage at all, and her boobs are probably bigger than yours.
And you know who else?
No.
Kim
The
Fields
girl on
from
Living
Single.
Kim
Fields.
Regine.
Yeah.
She had to get a reduction, and her breasts were still double D's.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I need a reduction.
Respectively.
Thanks for going to the club.
And she's dressed without cleavage. That's why I'm like, I call BS on Char acting like even a T-shirt shows cleavage. There's no freaking way. There are shirts out there that don't show cleavage, and it doesn't have to be a turtleneck.
Let's do
okay, I'm wearing a
Char is a hot. She's one of them little hot kids that like to show everything.
Yeah.
No, it's not true. That's not true.
Whatever.
She's a Daisy Duker.
That's not true.
I'm going to ask you a poignant question, Char. Has your mother ever referred to you as a fresh pot? Because I'm pretty sure you have referred to you as a
the fresh pot. Damn. The fresh pot. Yeah. What?
You said no. You don't probably got beatings back in the day for being fresh.
Fresh pot. Yeah. Fresh pot.
Just going out here being
fresh.
I
never heard that from
Get your ass in the house.
No,
finish that damn vacuum. Out here talking to these boys. What you doing? Fresh. Wait, okay, all right. I have another question. Have any of the older matriarchs in your family ever referred to you as a hussy?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
This will never happen.
Fresh pot.
Never
Fresh pot. Yo, Huzzy, get in the house and finish that damn vacuum. Didn't I tell you to clean that bathroom, Huzzy? Get in there. What you doing?
Damn, he went back in the day. Little Huzzy.
Well, okay, so
did your grandmom ever call you a heifer?
A heifer?
No, I think
get in the house.
I think you want to, though. You just itching to say the H word. What was the H word?
You out here talking to all these boys, running up my light bill. Get in the house.
Why did you all start?
I don't think Char was like that when she was younger. I really don't. I don't think Char was like that when she was younger.
No, you know
I think it's something that happened when she got older.
All of this sexual rage that Char feels, I think, was after the marriage. I think she went crazy.
Wow, I know.
I think Char ran out of the divorce court like Superman out of a telephone booth, like just tearing the shirt, and then like just boo and never looked back.
She
just tore the shirt off, and it's been nothing but titties.
Titties all
ever since then.
Ever since.
No, never. And then, somebody will come to her and say something about, somebody will come to her and say something about modesty, and she start getting faint. Modesty, my strong weakness. I can't. Put it away.
Oh, my God. This is so really.
Okay, but Char, seriously, when I said what does a woman bring to the relationship, somehow we then got on dressing modestly and all this other stuff. Did you ever really answer what does a woman bring to the relationship?
I think
you said brain.
Well, better yet,
brain.
What do you bring to your relationship, Char?
Ooh, wow.
Okay, we've got 1 second
left.
Oh my God,
dude! Look, hey guys,
it's just too much. So many amazing things. We've got to go off the air soon. So,
she can't answer the question. She answered the question. Coochie.
Now I want all of the women to take a good look at Char. Do you see how she's stammering and doesn't have anything to say?
No,
but she can talk 20 minutes.
In a minute, and it's not enough.
I'm still waiting. Just give me 3 things that you bring to the relationship. Just 3. Just give me 3. What do you bring?
Wait. We'll save it for the next show. I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. What do women bring to the relationship?
She's going to have a whole week to think about some bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so next week we're actually discussing friend zones. How do men get into the friend friend zone? How can they avoid it? We're discussing what women bring to their relationship, specifically Char, and we're answering your relationship questions, such as what type of person do you see yourself marrying, or my boyfriend completely ignores me when he's with his friends. Why is that? So these are the questions we're getting to next week.
Because you're
right
ugly.
Here on No Conduct Radio. Right here on No Conduct Radio. Thank you for joining us. Peace out, everyone.
I'm going to continue being myself, so I have to go. Gotta go. I have to just go be me, and that is the most amazing ever. Goodbye.
Those titties.
Everybody. Goodbye from sunny, wonderful Las Vegas. Char signing out.
Wages. Char. Everybody have a great week, seriously, and be safe.